Hi everyone, it's Charles at Empress Mills and we are taking a peek at the Small Things Glow collection today from the UK design house Lewis Irene. Small Things, if you are familiar with their collections, is one of their ongoing ranges that they bring out a new set of designs for once or twice a year. I think it's twice a year. They've just released Small Things Coastal, for example, which as the name suggests is a nautical collection. But this is Small Things Glow, which we have kept in stock as best as we could since they first released it, because it's been a really popular range. It just sort of caught the imagination, I think, when it first came out. And the very nature of Small Things in general, the Small Things ranges in general, is that they are full of small, useful, I don't want to say ditzy. To me, ditzy sort of feels like spots and flowers and things, but these sort of small, useful prints, such as this skull, this sort of Day of the Dead one, for example, and some others that we'll take a look at. They are, as the name would suggest in this range, all glow in the dark. And this one, if you can make it out, is full, oops, give me 1 second, is full of Day of the Dead style skulls, and Lewis and Irene have just added a little bit of extra detail with this spot in the background. And the skulls themselves feature the classic sort of floral attributes, and then there's others which are less so, and then somewhere you're just picking up the silhouette. And in a moment when we see the glow in the dark version, you will see that that silhouette, for example, is highlighted with the glowing effect. So let me just see if we can get this to work. I've got Nat behind the camera who's going to flick the lights for me in just 1 second. If I can stop playing about with this fabric. So let's give it a go. So the first one, let's try it, okay, Nat? There we go, and doesn't that look brilliant? And again, we're picking up the silhouette of those skulls, and it just works so perfectly, doesn't it? Okay, Nat, thank you. As always with Lewis and Irene, there are a few colourways in the design. So in that skulls, we've got that really sort of rich pink, that sort of lovely pink. There is a softer grey shade, which you can see there. And that's got, I hesitate to use melange, I think it gets used a little bit too much currently, but it's got that just sort of slightly textured colour effect in the background. There's that grey print there. And on that one, the actual Day of the Dead skulls, I've just noticed now, really the colours in them really pop with that background being a darker colour rather than the real vibrance of that pink. And then there is also this sort of aqua blue style colour as well, which is super. So yes, it works in a similar way to their standard ranges where there's 3 colourways in each. The slight deviation from a standard Lewis and Irene collection is that the Small Things ranges normally coalesce around a theme. So I mentioned about the Small Things Coastal range a moment ago, which obviously has a heavy focus on nautical right throughout all of the designs. Whereas this Small Things Glow range, the actual design theme that all of the prints focus around is actually the fact that they glow. It's not a particular set of prints all the way through, as you will see. So this one is Fireworks. And this is one of my favourites because I'm a massive firework fan. I know I get in trouble with dog and cat lovers sometimes for that, but I do like dogs and cats too, I promise, but I do like my fireworks. I'm a big kid at heart. And again, similar to the skull one, we've got the main elements of the design, and then in the background, in this one, rather than a spot, Lewis and Irene have just added this little star, but all sorts there, Catherine wheels and absolutely all sorts. And if I get this ready, hopefully Nat will flip the lights for me again if he's not getting frustrated with me. Okay, Nat. There we go. And again, I think it works really well with the fireworks. I do like that one, and you've got the stars as well. Thank you, Nat. So there's that, and again, there are a couple of different colourways. So we've got this. Now I think, what's the background there? Lewis and Irene have said that this is a black background, but I would say a little bit like the grey we looked at previously. It's got just a hint of texture in that takes it from being a solid black to being sort of a night sky black almost, I would say that one is. And then there is a pink. I'm going to be absolutely honest here because I'm not into fibbing to you. not a fan of mine. I don't really understand the pink on that one. I don't think it worked particularly well. Personally, I'm going to get shouted at by the team at Lewis Irene. I do get on well with them. But from a personal perspective, and Nat as well, he's nodding behind the camera, he agrees as well. He's chuckling now, he's chuckling, you'll be able to hear him. We're not a big fan. You might be, and please prove us wrong. If you've made a project in it already, send us a picture. I'm sure it is fabulous. But just from our point of view, you know, to you guys, it just seems to clash a little bit with some of the other colours. Yes, yeah, but don't tell me off. Don't tell me off if you're a fan of it. But I'd rather be honest than tell porkies to you. The next three are, what are they? Just so I get it right, so I say as they've called it. They've just called it star signs. They have indeed. They've just called it star signs, and as you can see there, we've got all sorts of different star signs and a little star in the background as well. And this sort of almost a beigey, sort of taupey, sandy style background is that one. And if I just get the bolt out so we can see it in a little bit more detail. Now, I've purposely picked this one just to show you that the glow in the dark does work effectively on a light coloured background. It's why we sort of pop them in this order, so you can see it working on a lighter background. And I think you'll like this one. I think they've used it effectively on this. So Nat, if you would please. There we go. And as a star sign should be, we've got lots of colour there, and it really picks up. I hope you can see that even against that light coloured background. Thank you, Nat. Picks up even against that light coloured background, so it is good. And we don't have perfect darkness here. I know it seems like it on the camera when we first flick the lights, but we've got a room next door with windows. We're filming during the day, so it's not perfect darkness, and you do still get that super effect. And in that, there are two other colourways, as you would expect. We've got that light blue, and also, what did they call this one? Mellow Ochre. Yes, I thought it had a bit of a fancy name. Mellow Ochre is that one. But yes, all sorts there. Now, this is one of my personal favourites, I've got to be honest. It is the Night Sky. And I think along with fireworks, I'm just a big boy at heart, you know, a big kid at heart. I just love anything sort of space and stars and fireworks and anything like that. Which I'm getting laughed at for again. Seems to be a theme here at Empress, does being giggled at, and he's laughing more now I've mentioned it. But yes, again with this, let me get back to the designs. All sorts on here, and I should just mention with the small things ranges, Lewis and Irene, I once mentioned to them something about the simplicity of the design. Was it easy to design or something along those lines? And it was Hannah at Lewis and Irene that said, well, you would think so, because it does seem, oh, it's a small print and it comes together easily. But they spend a lot of time. I had no idea about this. You watching probably know all about it. But I was amazed that they spent such a lot of time working on the design rotation. And that's to make it so you can use the fabrics in any directions. And it particularly makes smaller prints, which they're designing this range particularly to be a useful range. It makes it more useful because it just means you can use it in different elements, in different areas of your work. It means you can use every last scrap easily, and that's all down to the design rotation. Yes, you can see a pattern repeat. You can in all 99% of fabrics. It can't be helped, but it is eliminated as much as possible with the way they create all of their designs, but in particular how they put effort into their small things range. So it's just another little feature that I thought I'd mention. So yes, all sorts on there. Nat, if you would be so kind, he's running back up the room to flick the lights for me. Let's give it a go. Look at that one. I'm a big fan. And you can even, what they've done on the moon, they've actually highlighted the craters and things with the glow in the dark. Thanks, Nat. They've highlighted the craters with the glow in the dark, so it's really clever. I think Lewis and Irene themselves enjoy creating ranges like this. And again, that comes in two colourways. We've got this sort of dark, I think they call it Night Sky Blue. Dark blue, but that's a nice colour. And you're going to get the absolute honesty from me again on the next colour. There's this sort of salmony colour background, which again, personally, I might be wrong, and I hope I am. Personally, I just don't think it works with the other colours on the range. overall, this is a fantastic range. It's been popular and quite a consistent collection for us since it was first introduced. It could be me, I'm going to get shouted at, but as I say, I would much rather be honest with you than tell porkies. So that's not one of my particular favourites. I know it's not all about me, but I should just mention. Feel like I should say so. The last ones we are massive fans of, I've got to say. We just think they work so well. It's the neon signs that Lewis and Irene have picked. Let me flick it around so it works a bit better. And they've filled it with all sorts of slogans. Hello, be kind, daydreamer. Let me show you this. Good vibes, love, home, all sorts. And we're hoping, we haven't practiced this first, but we're hoping we're going to be able to see the actual text when we do the glow in the dark element, because that's what they've highlighted. They've highlighted the text and they've highlighted the silhouette, so keep an eye out for that. Let me just get a little bit more fabric off. There we go. Right, Nat, if you would please. There we go. So hopefully you can pick up some of that text on there. Thanks, Nat. And the colours on these, to me, not just the actual individual sign colours, but the background colours they've chosen, it just works as such a vibrant design. Hey, we do like them to be in that, these ones. It's not just what me and Nat like, by the way. I hasten to add that, but we just, I don't know. We're big fans of what we work with. We can't resist.
Passionate for fabrics.
Passionate for fabrics. Look at him in the background there. He is. And we've got the blue, and again a lovely blue that really makes that design pop. As you can see, really makes it pop. And then finally, this is a solid black background, but on this particular fabric it does work. I think you will agree. And I did mention earlier there was a black background one earlier, and you will see hopefully what I mean. That to me is a solid black. This they've also called black, and it is, don't get me wrong, but it's just got a tiny bit of texture in it that makes all the difference to that particular design. And maybe when I hold them up you can see the difference that I meant there, and that's what I was referring to with the different sort of black on the firework one, which works really well with the way the firework colours have been assembled, but that solid black works fantastically well with those neon signs. So yes, there we go. Let me spread that out. And that's it. We've got through them all. I always hope our videos are of interest, but I hope that's been of interest. I hope we haven't bored you. I wanted to show you each of the individual designs with glow in the dark. We chatted just before we started filming, should we do each individual one? But we thought it was important to show you each individual one, and then you can make your decisions if you so want to use it in a project. We would love to see some projects in these. So if you've got any pictures of anything you've already made, or when you do decide to make something, please do share them and tag us in. We'd be delighted to see them, we really would. In the Small Things collection, we've got all the sets that Lewis and Irene produce. We stock everything from Lewis and Irene. So we've got the charm pack, we've got the larger scrumptious square, and we have also got the jelly roll. We shouldn't call it jelly roll, they call it, I forgot what they call it, a roll up or something on those lines. We're going to enjoy 2.5 inch strips, shall we say. But we've got the full selection and the full range as well. Last thing to mention in terms of the detail, these fabrics are 44 inches wide, which is 110 centimetres and 100% cotton. Even though they've got the glow in the dark, they can be washed. Naturally, after a while, that glow in the dark feature will fade if you wash it, but it certainly does survive a few washes, definitely. It's designed that way. I hope that's been of use. Please get in touch if you have any questions, queries or comments. You can leave a message underneath the video. You can email us through the website or send a direct message to any of our social media channels. We will be delighted to help. And please feel free, pick up the telephone. You can chat to me or one of the Empress team here. Again, we will be pleased to answer questions, whether it's on this range or anything here at Empress. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.